right, guys. So pretty much, we exited the Durst mansion, and Strahd was there, and he took us to the pretty much the front of the village. In fact,
Crap town.
seems so. In fact, you are right about there on the screen. I'll go one more time. Yeah, right there. Kind of like at the entrance, and so you see some people kind of moving around. You've seen the castle up on the hill. In fact, I will reveal that area to you as well. The castle's up here, so you can see that, and it's a huge castle up on the hill, and it kind of overlooks, even with the fog, it just overlooks the entire town. And so you guys, of course, are here because you had those dreams, right? Madam Eva said, "Hey, come to me," and of course you don't know where she is yet, but you got brought here, and so that's pretty much the only real quest or item you have to do. But you're in a village now, so if there's anything that you want to do, you can walk around and meet PCs or NPCs, whatever you want to do. So that's where we are.
Okay.
And I'm going to switch maps.
So what kind of buildings are we... Oh, you're switching maps. Okay.
Yeah. So this is...
What are we looking at?
This is the map being pulled up, although it has some glitches, so if it's not working for you, I'll just reveal the whole map to you. So we're back, and this is now Barovia. So you should be able to see on the very far right of the map, if you zoom out and then move over, you are free to walk about the town, and I can kind of tell you some of the things you hear and see as you do. So,
okay, I gotta find it again. I just loaded it up on my browser.
Yeah, all good.
Was the map supposed to change for us?
Yeah, it's supposed to. Maybe it didn't. Let me see.
Refresh, maybe.
Okay, well, it's because when it shut down, it didn't save everything. So now you should be. Sorry.
Oh. Okay, just did something.
And this is the village of Barovia. So you can...
So it's dark outside, I'm assuming, right now, huh?
I mean, it's always a little dark in
That's good.
in Barovia, but the sun has come up because it's foggy.
Okay.
Like there is no direct sunlight here.
It's completely black on my screen.
It should be on the very far right. If not, it's because...
Oh, okay, because you can't see in the dark.
Oh, that's true. That might be it. Let me go check on that.
Because I can see.
Oh, I see our character. I see me and Celesso or whatever. What did we change his name to? Dreyfus. That's what it was.
Try that. Does that work? Can you see now? Zeke. Can you see? No.
All black.
See, on mine it says you can. Like if I go to like your lighting, it says I can.
Let me try refreshing one more time, maybe.
Like if I move, I see the lights move.
Oh, there it went.
Okay.
It just worked now.
Okay.
I already hit the refresh button, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, I think
Like I can see it, and it goes.
I think there was something wrong with this map because I have issues sometimes when I load these maps too. So we'll see what happens. All right. Joseph, you actually see an intersection coming up right here, and there's an older lady who is coming from the right, crossing past you, or crossing the street to the left, and she's kind of hunched over, and she's pushing a cart. It seems like there's something on the cart, and she stops at this first house.
It says Target.
What?
Her cart. It says Target. Did she steal that cart from?
No.
I was thinking, bring out your dead.
I was thinking like a shopping cart.
Y'all's imagination of this scene is way different. It's like we're not even in the same story, guys. But anyway, so she's carrying it over, and she stops at this first door and knocks as you're walking up. And then someone answers the door, and she offers up a pie. And he says, thank you, and takes the pie and goes inside. And she just waves, and the door shuts, and she moves on. She's kind of like walking over now to this house over here.
Deliver late here.
Do what?
Said the Girl Scouts deliver late here.
No, I told you the sun's up. I mean, it's not clear what time of day it is, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And she offered what now?
She offered up a pie. And they took it and said thank you, and they shut the door, and then she went on to the next house.
They took it? Idiots. I baked your neighbor into this pie.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
You can't like some ice cream? One chocolate.
Okay. Where's she at now?
So she first stopped at this house right here, yeah, and now she's gone over to the front door of this house right there.
Okay. Can I do a sniff check?
Sure.
Is there a smell check?
Well, pretty much perception is the general. We need more specific.
Roll the Biden dice.
The Biden dice. Oh,
I didn't catch that at first. That was pretty good.
He's just biding time.
Oh man, I got a low number.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can smell pies. It smells like freshly baked pies, or
What flavor pie am I smelling here, or can I not determine that because of the low number?
you really can't determine. And it's not like a
good smelling.
Yeah, overall, you're like, it's food, right?
Yeah. I turn back to the other guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm getting a little hungry. How about you?
So
no one? Okay, well,
That was pretty good here.
so Tar's stomach rumbles.
Excuse me, decrepit old woman.
And I forget Bisk's name. I always forget his name. But anyway, the tiefling like kind of hits you with his elbow. Like, yeah, that's the good start. Yeah, and so she's like, what? And turns to see what you're. What? But
I turned to Dreyfus. She heard me. I'm impressed. Could you? What kind of pies do you have there, madam?
So she calls you over. She says, "Oh, don't call me madam. Just call me Granny. Everybody calls me Granny."
Well, Granny, you can call me Sash.
Okay, Sash. She says that's a nice. She's like, that's a nice name. Have I heard that name before?
Of course you have. Listen, I'm a pretty big deal around these parts.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, you heard of? Wait a minute, I forgot my giant's name that I defeated. Darn it!
He has to pull out his little lore book and go through it.
Yeah, a little compendium.
And she's like,
oh yeah, I'm sure you've heard of the giant Dorfin the demon. I destroyed that giant.
really?
Kind of a folk hero and entertainer extraordinaire.
Wow.
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I wanted to ask you about these pies. Are you selling these pies?
Yes, I am. So I have maple nut pie. There's like a hearty pie with like a potato base. I have a
Okay,
meat.
keep going.
I have a meat pie.
Okay.
I mean, those are my top sellers.
Well,
I tell you what, Sash, since you are a legend, and I'm standing with a legend right now, and I've never seen you here. Are you new here?
in a way.
Okay. Well, you've never been my guest. I haven't met you, right? Should should I remember you? I am getting old.
You should remember me. I will tell you that, but I'll let you slide, old lady.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna give you a meat pie. One of my best.
All right.
She offers it to you.
How much for the meat pie? Or are you saying
no.
you're just
this one's on me.
Well, listen, little decrepit old lady. I don't want to take something if you need a little something.
Well, how long are you staying here?
Well, me and can't remember his name. Oh, me and Strahd actually had a pretty good conversation about me possibly doing some entertainment work for him. So we're working on details.
You've met Strahd.
Oh yes,
Wow.
that fine gentleman with his really nice carriage. Yeah, I've met him.
Well, you're special because Strahd don't come down here very often to talk to us.
Well, I mean, I told you who I am. You know the deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, it's
a witch.
I gotta put it on pause.
That's funny. She is coming out of her coat. And she's like, that'd be funny.
Are there any cherry pies?
She has the maple nut pie. She doesn't have a whole lot of fruit pies. If you ask that, she'll tell you though that they don't have a lot of access to fresh fruit anywhere in the land. Like it's hard to get any of those supplies because there's not enough direct sunlight. It's really hard. Even crops is I mean just food in general is hard to. There's not a lot of food supply. I guess I should say.
Where was I? I don't even remember.
So she was offering you the meat pie, and she asked you how long you were going to stay because you asked how you didn't want to just not give her anything. She asked how long you were going to stay, and you were like, well, I don't know. And so
I'm working on it with Strahd.
Yeah, and so she was going to respond with, well, this one's on me, and if you're still hungry, then I'll treat you like a normal customer.
Listen, just for that. If you'd like me to sign something for you, I'll do that.
Please, but she looks around and she just has pies, and so she's like,
don't worry, I've got this.
Okay.
I grab her arm and start signing her arm.
she's like a good granny, just smiles for the whole thing. Like this is great.
And thank you, little old woman, for the pie. This is going to be greatly appreciated here.
This is no problem. She goes.
All right.
She goes. You guys have a good day, and if you see Strahd, tell him we could sure use his help down here. And then she starts to carry off the cart.
Before you go, is there any good place I can sit down and have a bite of this pie?
Oh well, probably the best place is down at the tavern, which is called Blood of the Vine.
It's an odd name for a tavern.
Before you leave, what kind of meat is this pie?
She goes, well, typically it's like I can't tell you like it's one specific one because I'm not the one that cooks it. It's actually my daughters who cook the pie. Around here, though, there's different kinds of we have different kinds of animals. So we have deer meat. Sometimes some of the locals we use like wolf meat because there's so many with Strahd around. There's a lot of wolves, and so sometimes it serves a double purpose. We get to eat and we get rid of some pesky problems. But that's probably more likely a deer meat pie, or every now and then we'll find some rabbit. There's not a whole lot of like domestic livestock, unfortunately, out here.
I'll take venison any day.
It's good.
All right. Well, thank you, old woman.
She says, "You're welcome. Come see me anytime." And then she just starts going on to the next door.
So where's this tavern at? That's
you didn't ask her, so good luck.
Oh, I said, where can I sit down and eat? I said, is there any good place?
She said, Blood of the Vine Tavern. You can go back and catch her. She's at this house now.
Okay, old woman.
So she's about to.
What direction is the Blood Divine Tavern? Blood of the Divine?
Divine.
Blood Divine? Inviting blood?
By the time you get there, you're going to be so confused. She goes, well, okay, it's not hard to miss. If you go straight down this street, this street will open up into a large courtyard. And in that courtyard, you'll see a sign for Blood of the Vine. And there's some other stores there. There's a general goods store. But, I mean, a lot of the shops for visitors are right down this road. You'll see it if you just keep going straight.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And then she goes ahead and knocks on the door.
She said, just keep following this road.
That's right.
Down into this area.
Okay, so right there is the courtyard, and you can tell like it's a little bit bigger space.
This is?
Mm-hmm. And so you actually see a sign on over this door right here that says Blood of the Vine. It actually says Blood of the Vine, but the of has been marked.
I thought you were saying Blood of the Divine.
No, of the Vine.
Vine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the of, though, the F is marked out, and it says in, and it says Blood on the Vine. Somebody has marked it out and written over it.
Gotcha. Okay, so this one says Blood on the Vine. I wonder if that's the same place she was talking about.
And Bisk walks just right past you to go up, go inside.
Who's Bisk?
I forget his first name. I changed his name.
Dreyfus.
Yeah, so Dreyfus walked right past you to go inside.
Well, this pie's not going to eat itself.
Okay, so I'm going to take y'all to the tavern real quick. I do have that.
Are still at 1 health? Oh, maybe we just didn't fill him up after leveling up.
We didn't level him up because he was going to 3rd level. There was choices to make and stuff. So I didn't want to do that. Okay, so you should be seeing it now. And you should have the ability to drop your character in. So if you don't...
I'm trying to find something.
Is it all black?
That's all I'm seeing.
Okay, hold on. It's probably because your characters are not on there yet. So give me a second. I thought maybe I would be able to just let you pull it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to let you. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah.
What is it?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, can you see now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Zeke?
Did I say that loud enough?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so y'all can move around this tavern all you want. There is an upstairs, but I'm going to try to keep you downstairs just because going back and forth would be difficult with a party. So.
All right.
Share the pie with us, Joe?
Huh?
Are you going to share any of the pie with us?
Like, I'm not even thinking about y'all at this point because I'm so hungry. I'm just plopping down right here at this chair.
Sure.
And plopping the pie down. And then I see y'all coming. I'm like, oh, I guess y'all can have some if you want.
So, Dreyfus is standing over your shoulder like... All right, so does everybody stop to eat
Excuse
pie?
me, barkeep! Barkeep!
This guy, by the way, this is a really ugly man, and he's he's super gloomy, and he's over there like really washing a dish.
Oh, I see him.
And,
Yeah.
And so when you say that, he just puts it down and looks at you like,
Can we order some drinks or something over here? I'm just like waving him over. I don't even care.
and he kind of like
Very
turns.
self-oriented.
He turns real slow. He jams the cup up under the thing and clicks the little thing to make it pour out. The spout or whatever they call it, the spigot. Closes it and walks over.
Tap.
And he drops just one drink in front of you and then goes back cleaning the glass.
Excuse me, what is this?
He looks at you like...
Excuse me, barkeep. What was it?
and then he tells you the name in which I have forgotten. Give me 5 seconds. Because they actually do have a specific name for the drinks they serve here. Because
Good Burger.
Well, because it's a brand in this area, which I will tell y'all later when I figure it out. But just know that, yeah, it is a certain brand.
Does that sound yummy?
Oh, yeah, so yummy. Anyway, but he answers. I'll give you that in a second.
Just don't know the name of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
When I find it, I'll tell you. But y'all can go ahead. I mean, if you have anything else, he'll
Okay.
respond.
Well, I start munching down on this pie.
Okay.
And go.
Here, give me
I
one of
took a
those
little
drinks.
drink of it.
So he passes one to you as well. Now, how much did you share with everybody?
My drink?
No, the pie.
Yeah, I shared with everybody. Kind of reluctantly.
Sure.
What, Zeke?
It was my chair. I was sitting
I
back
thought
in
you
this.
Okay, so this is a purple grape mash #3 wine.
Mmm.
And he doesn't say it quite like so fancy though. He's just like it's the purple grape. He's like it's the purple grape mash. And then goes back like you're supposed to know what that is.
Ah, yeah, so fine wine, huh?
He says it's no red dragon.
Well, that's obvious.
And you
Am I right,
notice
Barkeep?
if you're watching him, he'll clean a glass and go down the line, and then when he's finished, he'll go back and start over.
Well, that's weird.
By the way, the pie is magnificent pie. Like it
I
just
thought you were about to say maggot pie.
no.
Yeah, I was afraid. By the way,
like,
the
gross.
pie is dead.
No, I mean this is like the best pie you've probably ever had.
Golly, we're gonna have to find old lady again, and I'm just gonna call her old lady. Old lady woman. Bring me another pie.
Granny is
right.
what she said her name was.
But see, I don't pay attention like that.
Yeah,
Like
I got you.
old lady woman. Okay, so I'm finishing up my parts of the pie that I'm going to eat because it's good, but I'm getting full already.
Mm-hmm.
Sipping on my scissor. Now that was one magnificent pie.
The Patrick Warburton or whatever the. Oh, that's good pie. Like the guy who voices Kronk.
Ooh. I
Now,
make a big pie.
in this bar, just so we're clear, there are 3 women who are sitting at this table here. Exactly. And of course, it's the same picture, but there are three different people, and they're like laughing and talking, and they'll point at you sometimes, but
they're pointing at me or all of us,
all of y'all, and they're wearing
okay. So I'm gonna say me. Well,
they're wearing they're wearing very colorful clothing, like bejeweled stuff. In fact, you kind of recognize this style.
Bejeweled.
Seriously though, it's got like cheap
bedazzled
sequins. Yeah, it's colorful. But you've seen this style of clothes somewhere.
Can I make any sort of check on that since I know a lot of things?
You can do like history or something like that.
Let's see.
Technically,
circus people, aren't they?
Technically, you can search your own mind because
they stole our stuff.
They look similar to those type of people.
They're the ones that stole our crab.
They look similar to those people. Now, also, this is not a wall, so you should be able to see through this. This is kind of like a little balcony type thing, and up here there's a guy who's dressed very nicely, and he's sitting at a table alone. You can tell he's just kind of hunched over. You can tell he's really in thought, thinking about something. And this guy is this squirmy old man who's got a whole bunch of drinks in front of him, and he's just kind of watching everybody. So
I'm gonna see the girls go and then turn over here and be like, guys, hands down on the table. Look over there. Are those the same people that took our crap?
Those Jezebels.
What's that from? I forget. Oh, man. It reminds me of that movie with... oh, gosh. It'll come to me later.
Which one are you talking about?
The one where they think he turned into a toad.
Oh, brother, we're out there.
Yeah, it reminds me of like that thing where they find the sirens.
We watched that.
Did you?
It turned him into a horny toad.
It's pretty funny,
dude. It's so funny, dude.
It's so unexpected. We just were like, "Where is this show going?"
You don't know.
But it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was very strange.
We thought you was a toad.
Dude, that guy's a really good actor though, because he's in another movie I saw the other day, and I was like, dude, he's completely different here. So
yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's in Holes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, okay, so Dreyfus gets the evil look, and is just staring at those ladies over there.
Hey, just play it cool. I got an idea. Okay.
He leans back.
Let's see if we can get him around at drinks, and get him to divulge some information on where our stuff is.
Sure.
Let's just hope she doesn't recognize me or us.
Well, and you don't.
Maybe they already do because they're laughing at us.
Well, and you don't recognize them. You don't recognize our faces.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me, ladies.
They just turn and kind of smiling like a smirk.
How are we this evening? Would you like to buy you... my words aren't working. Would you like me to buy you a round of drinks?
And the one that sits on your left, she goes, well, since we own the place, I guess we could just go get our own.
Well, then, it's, I can go get them for you.
I was about to say, well, then maybe you should buy us a round of drinks.
They just kind of chuckle, and if you say that, Zeke, they actually point over to the old man. They'll be like, if you can get him to pay, we'll give you the drinks that he's had.
But he already drank them. How do we get his drink?
Like they mean that like if you can get the money out of him,
Women are crafty.
They'll give you an equal
so we
amount.
need to get some money from this guy, huh?
They're like, or you could just pay. and one of them is flipping a coin in her hand, just back and forth. You know how they do that trick I can't do? It's super cool.
Yeah, I can't do it real good either. So I turned to Sloan over here. What do you think? Should we just buy him some drinks, or should we go?
Like that. Like ridiculously sized. It's like a $1 bill, and it's like snaking through.
Weaving.
What do you think? Should we try and get the money out of this guy?
Oh man. Yeah, sure. Why not? And if it doesn't work, we can always borrow them, I guess.
He won't give us the money. You think you can? You know what I mean? You can.
Yes.
You can.
I do know what you mean.
All right. Okay. Let's go talk to him. All right, ladies, don't go anywhere. We'll see if we can get your money back, huh?
Dreyfus is watching from the table, and just you could tell he's like,
Wait a minute.
He's kind of watching you.
Okay. Here we go. Excuse me, old man.
He turns. He's like, "What do you want?"
I think that you need to be paying your tab.
Well, I'll pay when I'm done.
I think you're done already. You've had quite a few there. You can't even. Can you look at me? Hey, look at right here, huh? Follow. There you go.
He's like, I'll tell you when I'm done.
No, you'll tell me when you're done.
Yes.
And I'll tell you when you're done, huh? Trying to confuse him at this point.
He's confused. He's like,
so you're done.
Like
you just told me you're done.
Since he's looking at Joseph, I snuck over here where he can't see me, and I'm just like whispering in his ear, "I'm done."
He's like shrugging off, like, what's going on? And this guy over here is like he like kind of turns to you guys, and he's like, "Let the old man be," and he flicks like a silver coin over to you guys.
I catch it. Now, are you paying his tab, or are you just giving me money?
He kind of chuckles. He goes, "Oh, that won't pay his tab. He's in trouble tonight."
Then why did you flip me this coin? It's because I'm just about to pocket it. Listen, this guy's he's gonna be nice enough to throw in part of your tab, old man. Slam. Now you fork up the rest.
He's like, "How about I fork up you?"
What is this? Zeke. Oh, Zeke getting sneaky.
Taking pockets.
Okay, so that's straight up. Okay, so let me tell you.
Are you challenging me? Don't you know who I am, old man? I'm trying to keep him distracted
Sure.
while Zeke's doing
Yeah,
his
like,
thing.
that's why I did the sleight of hand. Then as soon as he started yelling at you,
I'm gonna fork up you. That was the best line of the night.
It just came to me, dude.
Came to me.
Okay, hold on. So, one second, I'm almost there. Okay, so he actually has a purse that's dangling, and so you pull that purse right off of him. Now, of course, I'm not gonna tell you what's in it, but you kind of hear a small ching, like a jangle, and it has some weight to it.
But he didn't hear that, right? Because that was a 23.
No.
Okay. I see him doing this? Should I roll perception?
Yeah, you can do perception. I mean, you know what he's up to, so you kind of have an idea that
Well, then if I know he's doing that, then I'm good.
Okay.
So I'm watching him do it. Listen, fine. If you're not gonna pay, you just finish your drinks and then you can pay later. How's that sound?
He's like, yeah, I told you.
All right. I pick up the coin and pocket it.
he looks down at the table and he's like,
the one that guy threw at me.
Make sure you put that in your inventory, silver piece.
Okay.
By the way, the guy who threw you the coin is back at the table, just like.
Which one is silver piece? I think it's that one. 3.
Now that I'm kind of over here by myself, can I check the bag?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you.
I'm coming over there too.
So how?
I wonder what this guy's tab
Come back
is.
to the table.
So how do you do it? I mean, are you gonna sit there and like under the table, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's why I came back to the table. That way I kind of like blend in with these guys and not be seen as easy.
So like you're like.
I'm gonna go over and ask the ladies how much he owes.
Okay. So I mean, as Joseph goes over there, like you aren't counting unless you pull them out. You can't count them. There's a lot of coins, but like you're just kind of like flicking through, and there's probably about a dozen gold pieces, about the same amount of silver pieces, probably twice that in copper pieces. So I mean, you know, there's some value in it. Again, unless you actually pull it out and count, I'm not going to tell you, but.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all about. All I need to know.
Find out how much he owes, because then I should be like, pull out what you do, and then slip it back on him.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's exactly what I was thinking. So.
I'll make sure I didn't miss anything here. Sorry.
Is it Mike picking up when I'm chewing still?
A little bit, but it's not like a. Like,
barely.
You know, yeah.
That's impressive, though. I mean, the mic is like right over here. Here's my hand, like it's way over here.
Yeah.
Still picking that up.
So I'm just gonna go with.
Usually that stuff drives me nuts, and I haven't even heard it once. So.
Yeah.
How about now?
Sloan takes the coin bag and slaps him up there. But they say 2 gold pieces is what he owes.
All right, thank you. We'll see what we can do, ladies. Just a minute.
By the way, the one that's right here looks at Zeke and kind of like looks down at it like his hands, and then kind of like, you know, nods her head.
So I'm going to come over him and whisper to him as I'm walking by him. He owes 2 gold pieces. Just grab that and put the thing back. I'll make a distraction again.
Are those 2 out?
Zeke's going to grab more than 2. Oh, 2 for my trouble. 2 for the tab.
So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pay them the 2.
Okay.
For what he's done.
I'm actually going to go down here.
Just like Joseph said, as I'm walking back, I'm gonna grab a couple for myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me how many.
And let's do
2 gold,
this.
2 silver.
Okay, write it down.
Ooh, I got that performance going.
Okay, hold on.
I'm playing my lyre.
Okay.
Or lyre, whatever it's called.
Okay, so Zeke, make sure you put it in your inventory. And when you threw down the coins, they turn to the ugly bartender and they go, "Hey, Eric, get them another round of drinks on us." And so he kind of throws the glass back over, is filling up a few, and then brings them to y'all and sets them on the table.
you said his name was Eric, I thought of SpongeBob, where he goes, "Oh, so your name is Reg." when it's that big old guy. Oh, I don't know if y'all remember that
I don't
part,
remember
but I
it.
thought.
Yeah. Okay, so now of course the hall. It's a pretty large hall, but the acoustics are actually pretty good in this room, and so it fills up with your music. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm playing, of course, a very upbeat. You know, and then I kind of actually get really into it. What?
Zeke.
Oh, and
Do
then
this by the hand to put it back.
Successful.
We are way good at this. This is getting crazy. I'm actually getting really into it, and I stand on top of the table.
So the girl that stood over here, the girl that stands over here, when you do that, stands up and looks at you like.
And then I jump back up.
She sits back down.
Head back over here to get my extra drink.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be walking around the room as I'm playing.
And the Ismark guy, he actually turns his chair and watches you, kind of like, you know.
I mean, I rolled a 21. It ain't bad.
And he's listening, like, oh, this is good.
While he's doing that, Mitar and Dreyfus are down there with just our drinks like banging on the table. Like, ah!
Yeah.
I'm gonna come around here and be a little like maybe flirtatious / goofy to kind of make them laugh as I'm coming around, you know, playing the instrument, you know.
And the guy, the old man, the drunk man, he's going with you guys. It's like sloshing around.
I'm doing this to the ladies here.
Yes, exactly.
And they're just giggling and looking at you like.
But they're laughing. That's a good thing, right? Now I'm gonna go to the bartender.
And the bartender's just cleaning the glass, placing it, picking up, cleaning, placing. He doesn't even seem like there's any reaction in his face or body.
And then I kind of crescendo this music, and then
and Ismark claps his hands.
Thank you. You have no idea who you just witnessed out there, but I'm going to tell you right now. You'll never forget it, that's for sure. Station Brightwater at your service. And then I pop back down into my seat and prop my feet up on the table.
Yeah. Radu was like, yeah, and then he takes another drink. The old man.
Somebody's going to have to wheel that guy out in a cart here in a minute.
Ismark actually gets up to come talk to you. He's moving a little slow, but he's kind of coming over. What are you doing, Zeke?
Sitting down with the ladies.
So they'll actually...
Shout out to all the soccer moms and ladies.
So,
what's that? What's he say? All the minivans, Mercedes.
While
KJ5.
I don't remember that one.
I thought it was, but I was like, I couldn't remember what song.
So while Ismark is walking over to talk to the table over here, the girls kind of turn back to you, and the one that's right in front of you says, "Can we do something for you?"
Says what?
What?
Says to Zeke, "Can we do something for you?"
Oh, I'm just, wanting to start the conversation.
Go ahead and talk.
I say, are y'all from, like, I know y'all said y'all own this bar. Are y'all always from around here?
She goes, well, we're Vistani, and so our people are always owned this bar, or for a long time have owned this bar, but no, we were not born here.
That's where y'all reside all the time now, though?
Yeah, We own the place. We watch over it. Every now and then we'll take turns and swap out and go see our family. But for the most part, this is where we live.
Where's your family at?
She goes, well, some of our family lives up at Sayre Pool. There's an encampment by Sayre Pool. It's spelled Tser, Sayre. And so that's between here and a town called Vallaki, if you've never been there. And so some of our family lives there.
That's where we came from, right? Was Vallaki?
No, you came from Daggerfall.
Balake.
Okay.
The.
I know. I was thinking of something else.
Okay.
Hey, Quillen. Jay Quillen here.
Hey, Ron.
Oh, I know that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll say one more goofy name.
Balake.
You're going to go say Oshak Hennessy office. Oshak Hennessy? Done messed up, Ron.
You done messed up, Ron. Be nice. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so anyway, they're like, there's an encampment further on down the road between some on a waterfall, near a waterfall, and so you'll see them if you ever go that way. And
near Daggerfall?
Huh? No, Daggerfall is the other.
Was that near Daggerfall?
No, but if you mention that, they'll be like, well, we do have some relatives that live outside in Daggerfall and all across Neverwinter and all along the Sword Coast.
Do y'all travel just along all those roads? Going to all kinds of different family and stuff? We
are travelers and nomads in other people's lands, yes.
Do you have any family in like show business or any kind of like that? Any kind of performance arts?
I think I might have a cousin who runs a circus.
Oh, wow, circus, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do they travel over here often?
They come and go. The circus doesn't come, though. They never bring the circus here.
You happen to know anytime the circus will be, like, where they'll be closest next?
No, not really. Like I said, if they ever came here, they'd come as individuals. They wouldn't bring the whole group. So, I don't know.
Gotcha. We were just curious. Some of our guys, as you saw, Station likes to perform. So, anytime we are on the road, he likes to see shows and stuff.
They're satisfied with that answer. They're not very curious. They believe you.
You better believe it.
All right. Well, thanks for the conversation. It was, and thanks for the drinks. Glad we could help you out with that guy over there.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back to my table and then.
And she says one more thing.
Enjoy the drinks.
Thanks. She says one more thing to you as you get up to leave. She goes, if you ever want your future to be read to you, you should go see Madame Eva by the pool.
Oh, awesome! Where's the pool at?
It's Sayre Pool. It's on the way to Vallaki. So if you ever head out to Vallaki, you'll find it. There's a giant waterfall.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Now I gotta do the conversation with Joseph first. Okay, so Ismark walks over to you. And you can tell he's like a noble in this area. And so he says, "Where are you from?"
Where am I from? I'm from everywhere. I'm from here and there. And over there, too. I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's like, wow.
I travel many lands in search of great halls to perform in. My performance is legendary. I am Station Brightwater.
He go, and so then
I have a feeling Dreyfus is looking at me like,
yeah, exactly. So then he's like,
Tar's going,
yeah.
No. I kind of see him as like Korg from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Thought of revolution.
Exactly. So he says, well, what's your purpose here?
why the questions about it, huh?
He goes, well, I'm looking for some help.
What kind of help are you looking for, good sir?
And he kind of looks around.
What was your name?
He says, my name is Ismark.
Oh, Bismarck.
No.
Yeah, tell me what do you got for us?
He goes, Ismark.
That's what I said. Yeah, but anyway,
and he says his last name, and this is going to be the fun one, Kulyanovich.
So Bismarck, what do you got for?
He just kind of like ignores it, just keeps going. He says, well, and he kind of looks around, but and by the way, the dog has followed you in.
The dog?
Yeah, remember the dog from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew.
What the heck is that? Daddy Longlegs.
Hey, Longleg.
Ew.
It's going across my computer.
Wait, what? Oh man, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so the dog has followed you into town, and so he actually recognizes the dog, and so he actually stops his conversation for a second, and he looks down at the dog and he says, "Oh, you found."
I'm calling the dog.
Yeah, and he says, "Oh, you found Mary's dog."
Mary's dog.
Yeah, Mary. She recently has. We found out she has a daughter we didn't know of, and she seems to have lost her. But this was her dog.
And she lost a dog too. Sounds like we need to not give Mary anything that she can lose.
She'll be like, she's in a lot of pain right now. Yeah.
Did she lose like an organ or something?
And he looks at you kind of like, maybe I should just walk away. You know, he's like,
well, what's she in pain about? Is it because of her daughter being gone?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He goes, there's a lot of heartache in this town.
Yeah. So Istark, what exactly do you want us to do?
So, like, he doesn't want to say too much. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell he's kind of being reserved and looking around the room. He says, "I'd love to discuss it more with you, maybe at the back at the mansion."
Mansion.
He goes, "Yeah, my father was the burgomaster here, which is their term for mayor."
Is your father Strahd?
Oh no, we are definitely not related to Strahd. And he but when he says Strahd, he says it in whispers. He doesn't say it very loud.
We're definitely not related to Strahd.
Yeah.
Well, you said a couple of things that piqued my interest. Mansion and mansion. So tell me when you want to meet us there.
He goes, well, I can walk you out there right now if you're ready to go.
Well, Sloan, you want to go to a mansion real quick and talk about helping this Bismarck out?
He says again, Ismark Kilyanovich.
Yeah, Ismark
The mansion up on the hill, I'm assuming.
No,
it's a different mansion.
Oh.
He says no relation to Strahd.
Yeah.
I said it loud.
And when you do, he grimaces real quick and looks around, and everybody in the room just kind of looks over
I look at everybody. All right, there, Liz Tark. We'll go with you over there to the mansion if we've got no objections from the buddies here. What do you think, Dreyfus, Tar, Sloan?
Yeah, just give us just a few minutes. Though I do want to talk to you just for a quick second, and then we can meet this guy and go.
Sure. So he says, I've got some business with Alenka real quick, and then I'll come back when you're ready. So he walks over here to talk to this table.
Alrighty, good talking with you, Jmana bin Glizin. Whatever. Whatever that name was.
Dreyfus is like, is Mark.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to say the last name.
Kolyanovich.
Well, next time you talk to him, you little fart. Instead of clamming up. That's right. I'm sorry. You don't mean to turn into a clam.
He just shakes his head and he's like downing his drink.
I was going to tell you, although, when I was talking to the ladies over there, they mentioned that they do have family that it's kind of all over the place, but they have a cousin or so that might be in the circus, or that he is in the circus, but the whole circus doesn't ever make it this far out here. But also, they said that whenever KK.
It'd be so funny if it was in game too. You're sitting there telling them, everybody just gets up. You're just like does no one care? We don't even know where we are right now.
What was this whole thing with the mansion? What mansions he wanted to take us to?
So, Ismark has asked you guys to follow him to his home because he doesn't want to talk about what he would like to offer here. And so, because then Joseph's like, because he said something about his father was the mayor here, and then he goes, your father's Strahd, and Ismark says, he looks around real quick and he's like, kind of like talking quiet. He's like, no, we have no relation with Strahd. And so then Joseph says it real loud, and everybody looks over, and you can tell he's agitated.
Gotcha.
I tell you what, though, Victor the other day came over to the house and he was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, but I quit Dungeons and Dragons." He's like, "I'm a terrible friend," but he says, "It's not fun." And I was like, "Well, it's not your style of game." And he was like, "Yeah," he says, "I just get bored." And I'm like, dude, I remember the last time. The reason why I said this, last time we were in a tavern, it was over in 5 seconds because he was like running around going, "Okay, yeah. You're with me, you're not with me. Okay, let's leave." It's like, yeah. How did that even happen?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So I was just saying, when I went and talked to the ladies, they said they had some cousins that were in the circus. Mm-hmm. Even though the circus doesn't get all the way out here, they do travel a lot, you know. But also they were saying, hey, if we have time before we leave, or if we're ever on the way out of town, there's a pool. I think it was on the way to the Loch or something out here. Mm-hmm. But they said we should get our fortune read by Madame Eva.
Eva?
Yeah.
That's the name that we heard in our dream.
Yeah, she's out here at a pool somewhere around the edge of town or something. So,
well, should we do that first, or should we go follow this guy to the mansion?
I wanted to check with you first.
Man, now that I know about Eva, I think I want to know what's going on. Why she's calling us out here.
Yeah.
Let's tell this guy we'll go meet him at his mansion tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sound good.
I'm gonna run over there. Hey, Bismarck!
Everybody laughs. All the women at the table.
And I just go, I don't know what they're laughing at. I'm just like, hey, if it's all right, how about we come help you tomorrow morning? First thing in the morning.
His face drops, and he says, "I could." He says, "It's a really urgent matter. I could really use some help." And he says, "Please, it will just take a few seconds."
A few seconds.
If you give me a couple minutes, and if you want to leave, then by all means.
Well, now you changed it. You said a few seconds, and now it's a couple of minutes. No. All right. Let me talk to the guys. All right. So this guy's saying whatever it is, it's really urgent. It's only going to take a few minutes.
I mean, that's fine as long as it's going to not be an all day thing. Like if we can come back and
okay,
whatever we got to do later, that's fine. If we just got to meet with him for now, then yeah, I said let's do it real quick and we can go do our thing.
All right, let me go talk to him. All right, Ismark, we'll meet you.
Good. And he says thanks to Alenka and nods at the rest of the table and says, "Follow me, if you don't mind." He's very polite. And then he kind of walks out this way. He says,
I kind of turn to the ladies. Ladies?
Station.
Do what?
I said I'm just like walking out the door. I'm like, Sash or Station, come on.
All right there, Bismarck. Where are we headed today?
Okay, so he walks you back outside, and I'm going to show you the map of Barovia so you kind of get an idea where we're headed here.
Barovia.
Okay, so remember you guys are now outside where you started before. Now, real quick, just as soon as you step out, like you've got a chance to kind of look around, there's a general goods store here.
Ooh.
You hear some very loud, like wailing, like moaning, crying, like a woman is very upset from down the street this direction. You didn't notice it before, but it's gotten louder. And so that's all in this immediate area. Now then, he walks you. Sorry. He's going to walk you down this road right here, down past the general store and past toward the crying down the way or whatever. And as he's walking into the courtyard, he says, I couldn't say everything in the tavern. And he's right about at this corner now.
All right, so go ahead and speak your piece.
He's like, we've been having trouble at the mansion. My father recently died, and we believe it's from stress, to be honest. And he looks around again, and he looks up, and there's a raven sitting on top of this building, with blue tips, like it's almost like a dyed blue feather tips, and it's just sitting there, kind of like watching you, and he looks, and he just continues, like you're like, but he just continues. He's like, we've been having visits from Strahd.
Ah, that fine gentleman. Hopefully it was to, I don't know what it would be about, honestly.
And he's like, that man is not a fine gentleman.
Why do you say that?
So, hold on. I'm scrolling down to the...
Listen, I'm a pretty good judge of fine gentlemen. All right.
I'm just trying to get down to his mansion. Okay, so he says, at night, Strahd visits the house, and we don't know how he does it, but he's been visiting my sister who has been trying to resist him, but he has been leaving marks on her, and she's not been feeling well. And the fear, we believe the fear killed my father, and we haven't seen him in a couple nights, and we're afraid he'll be here again tonight.
We just saw him not too long ago.
He says, you must be very careful with that man. He says, then he gets very serious, and he says, I beg your help to save my sister.
What would you have us do?
He says, well, I just want to get my sister away from his watching eyes. And he looks up at the castle, and he's kind of like, you can tell he's kind of like afraid he can see even now. He goes, if we can get him out of view of Strahd, maybe he'll forget about her. Because you can tell he thinks that he's just fascinated with her, but if he can get her away, that's what he's asking.
So how do I know that we can trust you in all of
it? And of course he's like, good point. And he's a very polite person, so he's not going to try to defend himself. But he's like, he says, I'll give you 50 gold pieces if you can protect her until we can bury my father, and then take her to Vallaki. There's an abbey there. She might be safe. And if you feel like it's not safe there's another abbey in a town further out that you could take her.
Why don't you take her before you bury your father?
She won't leave until we bury my father.
Sounds like a personal problem. Sorry.
And Dreyfus is kind of like...
I'm kidding. I didn't say that.
Okay.
All right. Well, then what would we do? Help you bury the father, maybe, and speed things up a little?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we can talk to, I believe his name is Father Donovich. Yeah, if we can talk to Father Donovich, I believe we can get him buried tomorrow, and you guys could be on the road immediately after.
So what do we need to do to protect her for the night?
He goes, I think just your presence there will throw off Strahd's plan, because we have had no help. So just someone watching her, taking turns and just making sure that he's not breaking in the house. I think that would be enough for tonight.
Well then,
and you guys can stay in the mansion, and I'll feed you and take care of you.
The 50 gold, is that per person, or is that for the group?
He says,
fair question.
Yeah, he looks at you like, that's a ton of money, and he's like, that's
a big house.
he's like, that's all I can afford. That's all I have.
For the group.
Yeah, for the group.
What do you think, Sloan?
So like 25 gold each, free meal tonight. Don't have to stay in the nasty inn.
Dreyfus reminds you, I get some of that gold.
I was about to say, Zeke, there's 4 of us.
And Tar's over there counting like.
Of course you do. Sorry.
That's what he meant, Dreyfus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Okay. So he says, "Just follow me. I'll take you."
We don't have to pay for a hotel this way.
Yeah. He says, "Follow me, and I'll take you to my house." So he passes the general goods store.
All right, we'll follow you. And I pull out the lyre, or leer, or however you say that word.
Okay, when you get to right here, the crying is at its loudest. You can tell it's coming from that house.
From which house?
That's on your left. So it'd be right here. And you can just tell it's a woman weeping very loudly. And as you pass, Ismark goes, "That's Mary," and then just kind of sighs and keeps going. Now the dog
is the dog still with us?
Well, the dog is, and he actually runs off around that house.
Okay.
So, and of course, Ismark doesn't notice nor care, so he's going to keep walking unless you.
I'm going to.
Tell Ismark to slow down.
I'm actually just gonna leave a note.
Okay.
So I'm gonna scribble on a piece of paper with my feather pen.
Sure.
That this is Sash. You know me. I'm. We just returned your dog. You could thank me later.
Okay. And Ismark is just waiting, and he's like, well, "That's pretty nice of them." And then he keeps.
All right, let's move on. Liar.
And then he keeps walking down that street, and then you see the mansion ahead, and it's a pretty nice size. It's not castle size, but it's a nice sized mansion.
This one.
Mm-hmm. And now, as you come up to the mansion, a couple things. It's a weary looking mansion, as are most things in this town, but it's nicer than most of the other things. And it's behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are actually twisted and torn back, like someone has broke in. And the right gate is actually just broke off and actually cast aside completely. The left one swings. Okay, there's also a squeal and a clang as the gate just continues to, almost to a rhythm, swing back and forth. Exactly. And there's lots of weeds choking everything outside the fence. Inside the fence, it's been kind of maintained, but weeds have grown up all around the outside of the fence, almost as if it's trying to invade. Now, against the wall, the growth has been taken down, but because of that, you can actually see very heavy claw markings against the walls. So, the finishing of the walls have claw marks, especially near windows, and there's black marks where there's actually been fire that has scarred in some of the walls. A lot of the window panes are either cracked or broken open, and most of them you can tell have been nailed, like they have been planks have been put there and covered up behind the glass, from the inside, and that's where we're gonna leave it.
Dadgum.
So.
But with the dog though, because I actually did stay back.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick. The dog tried to go in the house or just ran around it?
He ran around back. You've lost sight after that.
I was tempted to actually go try to see if he's back there.
You can. I mean, you can see the house from where you are.
Yeah.
So it's not like
that's
you'd
why
be
I
lost.
stayed. As soon as you said I could still see I could see the mansion coming up. I stayed here because I was like, I'm curious about the dog.
I mean, if you choose to walk around, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk around the house.
So he's at the back door, just scratching, like he wants to get let in.
Can I knock on the back door?
Sure. You hear
Seems a little odd. You wouldn't knock on the front door.
You hear the crying and screaming from above. So once you do knock on the door, it kind of lessens, and you can hear it moving down the floor, and then you hear some sniffles, and then someone opens the door, kind of carefully though, because you can tell she's
Yeah.
And she goes, "Can I help you?"
Mary?
She goes, "How do you know my name?"
Is that your name, Mary?
My name's Mary.
Just the gentleman that was taking us over to his house, he happened to say your name.
Yeah,
when we
and
heard you
so-
crying, so we thought something may be wrong.
Yeah, halfway through your talking, she looks down and she sees the dog and she opens up the door completely and lets him run in, and she like embraces the dog and the dog embraces her. And she goes, "Where did you find Pogue?"
Pogue, okay, that's his name. We found them at okay, well, I don't remember their name. The house. What were the people's names?
Durst Mansion.
The Durst. Or
Yeah.
was that it?
And she's like, he was all the way out there. And then she goes, "Did you see my Gertrude?"
I don't remember if I wrote down. Was that the maid?
No.
Oh, that's Margaret. Gertrude.
I'm glad you're writing crap down.
I don't know if I got it Gertrude though.
You don't.
Okay. So no, so we didn't see her.
And then she starts wailing again, and she goes, I lost my daughter."
Well, I mean,
You guys.
I'm sorry to say, we went all over that house, and there was some crazy things going on there.
Yeah.
And so if she was there, it's probably not very good.
And she's just crying, and she actually leans over and is holding onto your clothes. She goes, "Please help me find my Gertrude."
I mean, I'll keep an eye out for her, but if we end up going back that way, maybe I'll stop back in.
She's just inconsolable. She drops to the ground and just continues her wailing. In fact,
Remember, you got Pogue,
in
okay?
fact, you hear a window open up, in a building behind you, and you hear them go, "Shut up, Mary!" And then they slam the window back.
Very nice people around here, huh? Well, like you said, I'll keep an eye out for Gertrude, but at least for now,
And she's crying
here's
and
Pogue.
nodding.
What?
And she cries and nods.
I just wanted to make sure that you at least got your dog back. So, so long, Mary.
She just stays there. The door remains open. She don't move.
Kind of creep back. And I'm gonna kind of run up the road back to the group.
And of course, they're walking in the front door by this point, but that's where we'll leave it.